Do not play any mobile game that's published by Crunchyroll Games. If you have it on your phone, delete it. If you've made transactions, try to get them reversed and walk away. Honestly, I wasn't planning on making a video on this, but yes, I have been playing Princess Connect ReDive for almost a year now. I really enjoyed it. I mainly jumped into it after watching the second season, and I'm like, there's a game for it. I love these characters. They're really, really cute. Why not? But that was the biggest mistake I've ever made. Because yes, the other day, they announced that they are shutting down services for the global version of it. And this is extremely saddening to me. Mainly for two different reasons. One, fool me once, shame on you. Twice, shame on me. Yes, I played Magia Record. Well, it wasn't a Crunchyroll Games, it was an Aniplex game, and yes, Crunchyroll and Aniplex is technically the same company now. And yes, I technically dabbled in Danmachi Memoria Freeze. And that was shut down. Plain and simple, Aniplex/Crunchyroll Games does not know how to manage their games. And seemingly, if there's any sign that they're not making enough money, they immediately shut it down rather than look at methods of making it more profitable. And even though the fandom around Princess Connect ReDive is massive, Crunchyroll's cut ties and shut it down. And this frustrates me a lot because I don't believe these companies understand how much people invest in these games and how much of a connection they have to them. Yes, keeping servers up, and yes, maintaining these things costs money, but let's be honest, you're not paying much to your translators anyway, so I doubt you're spending much money there. But honestly, with the shutdown of Princess Connect ReDive, I think there's a silver lining here. I think people are finally fed up. I think people are finally understanding that Crunchyroll Games cannot be trusted. And many people are now saying they look like a scam. And honestly, I kind of see that. If you look at the Crunchyroll Games website, and this is a really funny thing. Let me correct. If you looked at the Crunchyroll Games website, you would see that they have 4 games active right now. Street Fighter Duel, Eminence in Shadow, Bloodline, and My Hero Academia: The Strongest Hero. Again, if you're playing any 4 of these games, delete it now. It's not gonna last. Again, if you looked at the site the other day, you would see they're proudly listing 7 games that they have vaulted. Let's be perfectly clear. Vaulted means they have shut them down. This isn't they're putting them in the Disney vault to come back in a year and you get to play it again. It's literally they have shut it down and they just hold the license to it. Mitrosphere, Grand Summoners, Danmachi Memoria Freeze. Yes, that's still active. Another company picked it up, but they did vault it. Attack on Titan Tactics, Overlord Masked for the Dead, Naruto x Boruto Ninja Tribes, and yes, here the other day, Princess Connect ReDive. That is a horrible track record. And it was honestly comical that they kept this website the way it was. Because they're literally saying 7 games down, 4 to go. And like I said, the silver lining of this is it looks like Crunchyroll is realizing how bad they're looking right now. Because if you go to the Crunchyroll Games site right now, all those vaulted games are no longer listed. They realized after people are making articles, people are tweeting it, people are showing everybody, stop playing their games. Look at this list they have on their website. And suddenly Crunchyroll said, oh yeah, that does kind of look bad. Take that down. We don't want people seeing that. Crunchyroll wants you to keep playing their games, put your money in it, so that 2 weeks later, they can shut it down. Like I said earlier, people are now seeing that Crunchyroll Games is a scam now. And I don't think it's purposely that they're doing it as a scam. It's just more that Crunchyroll is probably paying as little as possible to bring a game over. They get hype built around it. People jump in the game. They start rolling the gacha. And they see this big spike in how much money people are putting into it. They're getting those whales to come in to get those initial games set up. You get all those first characters right off the bat. Because that's how it starts. These gacha games, they start off with a pool of characters. They already have a set amount of characters already starting out. Like 10 characters. And the whales will just whale like crazy to get them all. And then you have this period of time where every month or so, a new character comes out. And then you see this spike in how many people are rolling. And this is mainly the whales. And then it settles down again. And then you have this lull period where they're not making money. And then another banner comes out and people roll. As it gets further and further away from that initial banking that they make, it becomes less and less desirable for Crunchyroll Games to keep it on. And so after it's made its money, they shut it down. They're banking on you getting hyped for a game, jumping in, giving them money, and then a few months later, not even a year later, typically a year, maybe 2, they shut it down. They did it for Magia Record, they did it for Mitrosphere, they did it for Danmachi, they did it for Princess Connect, they did it for all 7 of these games, plus Magia Record. And yes, games like Fate Grand Order is the oddity. There is a reason why Fate Grand Order works for them, whereas all these games don't. Fate Grand Order is a property that they can make money on it outside of the game. Aniplex is making a ton of money selling merch, selling everything, and yes, plus the game itself is popular. But they can't do that for Princess Connect. That's Cygames. All they can do is have you play the game. So they can't make revenue outside of the game like they can with Fate Grand Order. Danmachi, Crunchyroll does not own the property of Danmachi. They can't make money outside of that. Grand Summoners, Mitrosphere, all the same thing. Their revenue has to be purely in the game itself. And again, if it doesn't make enough, they shut it down. It's time to wake up. Gacha games in general, yes, are there to make you spend money into digital items that will eventually disappear. I'm not denying that. Genshin Impact will eventually shut down. Fate Grand Order, I know it's shocking here, will eventually shut down. Every mobile game shuts down eventually. Some just last longer than others. But there is a core problem here with Crunchyroll Games. They're not even giving it a chance. And there's a bigger issue here, honestly. And this is where I personally get extremely angry. These companies don't realize that people invest their time and they get invested in the product itself. There is a lot of people that play Princess Connect and they love the franchise. They love the characters, they love the stories, and they have given so much of their time to build their characters up. And there's a good chance that Princess Connect was just making just enough to make it profitable. And maybe it did dip where it wasn't making money, but rather eat that loss and wait for it to come back up, do more advertising, figure out other ways of monetizing it, maybe increase the cost of certain things, all to keep it going a little bit longer so those that invest their time and their efforts in playing the game can continue to play it. Instead of that, cut it loose. All your time and effort and telling other people to play it and you all coming together to play it doesn't matter to them. It wasn't making enough. And yes, that's business. But keep in mind, if you want to keep the goodwill of your customers, eat it. Eat the loss. Because if you don't eat the loss and you shut down another game, you look bad. You have 7 games that say you look bad. And guess what? Anybody playing those remaining 4 games are looking at this now and going, do I really want to put money into Eminence and Shadow? Like I said before, if you're playing Street Fighter Duel, Eminence and Shadow, Bloodline, and My Hero Academia, delete the app and see if you can get a refund. And I want to make it perfectly clear. I don't feel bad at all for saying this. If you played Princess Connect ReDive and you spent money into it, call Apple. There's a refund page on Google Play. Contact your credit card provider. Get a refund. I've had experience with Apple. And just simply telling them they're cutting service, they will immediately refund you. I think they go back 3 months, but I could be wrong. They could have changed things. There is no reason why you should not get a refund, especially when they've been taking transactions up into the day that they said they're cutting off service. That is not rendered service for your money. But I hope this blows up more. It seems like people are extremely upset. People are done with this. And I think it took something that has been around for a long time that has a very passionate fandom behind it for it to finally blow up in their face. And I love that. Because outside of Princess Connect, I'm sure there was plenty of people that played Mass of the Dead that were upset too. I'm sure there was tons of people that played Danmachi, but thankfully got picked up by another company that were upset as well. Shoot, I heard a bunch of people about Mitrosphere apparently was a big thing, and they're super mad about that. Don't let them forget this. Contact Cygames. Ask them to pick up Princess Connect ReDive. And I think it's also good to let these companies know to not let Crunchyroll Games touch them. Yes, they're probably going to take the money either way, but some of these companies might say, yeah, you guys got a bad track record, and it's hurting the fandom behind us. Because I think that's the biggest stain for Cygames themselves. They let Crunchyroll Games take their game, and they ruined it. I think it looks bad on them because the success of Princess Connect ReDive, the mobile game, was probably netting them a lot of sales of figures and merch. And now they're going to lose that. One final thing I want to say, and this is directed at Crunchyroll Games. This hurts you more than you think it does. I played Danmachi and I played Magia Record. And I put a lot of money into both of those. When you shut them down, guess what that tells me? Don't spend your money on their games again. So when I played Princess Connect ReDive, I made sure that I didn't put a single dime into it. And yes, that's probably why it failed. Not enough people were putting money into it. And you only have yourself to blame. Because why didn't I spend money on Princess Connect ReDive? Because you burnt me 2 times before. Why would I put money into your new game? Any game you bring out going forward will fail because nobody trusts you. But I can go on and on and on. Again, I'm super mad about this. It's really upsetting. Pretty much, Princess Connect ReDive kind of turned into a game that I was playing on a daily basis every single day. It just was a really fun game to just jump in there, do some daily stuff. The events were actually fun. The characters were great. The art style is fantastic. It had a good progression system. I hated the arena. The arena was just absolutely a mess. Which again, I guess is a problem with Crunchyroll Games too, is we had tons of bots in there. They were all way over level cap, and they did nothing about it. It was all probably a sign that they weren't going to do anything to fix it because they were planning on shutting it down. But again, they kept releasing banners. I mean, up until the day that they shut it down. I'm getting into it again. But yes, it's RIP. Really sad to see. I told all my clan members, you know, take care, guys. Thanks for the clan. Just kind of heading out. It's sad. It is really sad. It's a really sad day for Princess Connect fans. And honestly, a wake-up call to everybody to Crunchyroll Games. I said it before. I'll say it again. If you play Crunchyroll Games, delete it, get a refund, walk away. They are not worth your time. They're looking for a quick buck, and they shut it down. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this video. I know it's different than my usual. I do anime, but yes, technically this is an anime game. Princess Connect is an anime, and I absolutely love Princess Connect ReDive the anime. It's absolutely fantastic. I love Karu. Karu's my girl. And we just had Princess Kokoro coming up here soon. I'm getting back into it. I hope you guys enjoy this video. As always, if you did, make sure to hit that like button down below. Comment. Were you playing Princess Connect? Are you playing any Crunchyroll games? And did this make you want to delete them? Are you playing Innocent Shadow right now? And are you thinking of actually walking away from it? I would love to hear from you guys. Additionally, if you're new to the channel, make sure that subscribe button so you got my content. I do news reviews, first impressions, top list. If it's anime, it's pretty much here. I don't cover mobile games. So if you're here because of mobile games, you can still watch my content, but I don't cover mobile games. Additionally, if you want to support the channel more, I have a Patreon link, a tips link, and a super thanks button down below, as well as a membership button. If you end up getting a refund and you want to thank me for getting that refund, you can give me a tip. Shameless plug. Thank you all for watching, and y'all take care.